Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Elenora Woods, your talk show host. What's happening in your neck of the wood, y'all? I have been everywhere. I'm telling y'all, if you've been missing me, it's because I've been taking care of business. I just got back from Selma, Alabama, and let me tell you, that was the greatest walk across the Pettus Bridge. I walked with Reverend Al Sharpton and many other civil rights activists and people from all over the world. It was to die for. I loved it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing else. It was great because it was the 61st anniversary of that particular event. And people were there. You know, we've lost some great civil rights activists in the last year or two. Most recent, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and to not see them and Congressman John Lewis wasn't there. He was the one that started it off. And so Bloody Sunday is a tradition in Selma, Alabama. And people drive and fly in from all over the world to participate in that event. And it was amazing. Let me tell you, I felt so connected to those that walked across that bridge back in the early 60s to fight for our rights to vote. And the lives that were lost and the blood that was shed, you know, they were attacked by who's supposed to protect us. They were beaten, heads and skulls cracked. I mean, people really, really sacrificed their own life so that we can have the right to vote. And how appropriate, because here in Hamilton County, we are embarking on our Hamilton County elections with the school board, with the county commissioners, with the clerks, with the judges, with the mayors. We just have a long list of different elections coming up in 2026. The state legislatures. It's going down this year and at the end of this year for voting. So we're going to get into that as we move along in the show here. But before I get too far gone, look at this pretty melanin girl sitting next here to me on my left. This is Dr. Sylvia Phillips. How are you today?
I'm feeling really great. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm telling you, I feel like this is my baby right here. And I'm sure your daddy, Robert and Sylvia, don't mind me saying that. I have been in this young girl's life for a very long time, and my children in their life too. So it just does my heart so good to see her in this light. This is Dr.
Yes.
Sylvia Phillips, and I am so proud of her. And we're going to let her talk about what she does today and give her an opportunity to share with you all how you can get some of that services. And so in just a moment, we're going to turn to her and let her have it. But I want you all to write these dates down because if I don't do it now, y'all, I might forget. In April, so this gives y'all a whole good month now. I ain't coming to y'all the night before. Some of my friends say, you always come to me the week before, the day before. I'm giving y'all a whole month's notice that in April, on the 16th and again on the 23rd, the Chattanooga National Action Network, along with our community partners, the women, the League of Women Voters, the Social Justice Committee of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Pi Omega Chapter, and the Democracy Network will be joining us as we sponsor the Community Candidate Forum. And on the 16th, we will have our commissioners. Everybody will be getting a letter and an email invitation to participate in the candidates forum. If you are a commissioner, you need to be there. So I'm telling you now, it's going to be the place to be on the 16th. And it starts at 6:30 to 8:30. And we have opportunities for those who are campaigning to get a table to set out their campaign material. It's going to be crowded. The tables are $100. I think they're going to have some spirits that night also for those who want to indulge, because sometimes people make you want to do a little something. I ain't going to say I do, but I'm just saying some things can make you a little heated. So we'll have some stuff to kind of calm the spirits down that night as well. We have an open cash bar. And then on the 23rd, we will be hosting another candidate forum for the school board. And y'all know that's heated. We talking about that. We got some districts that I'm telling you, it's on fire. People are getting really enraged and emotional. I see them out there on the trail knocking on doors. They are asking for you to support them. But this is an opportunity for you to get a close up knowledge, a close up informational session on who these people are. We want you to go to the polls and inform and educated voter. Sometimes people go to the poll, they have no idea of who these people are. And so now's an opportunity for you all to come and ask all the questions. We got it all set up. We had a meeting this past Friday with all of our community partners. You'll come in, they'll give you a card with a pen. You'll write down your questions for the candidate that you are. It's in April, not in March. It's in April, April the 16th and April the 23rd. You'll get a card to write your questions down. You can address it to a particular person, and then we will have other individuals to pick your cards up. We'll have other individuals to sort through the questions and make sure they're not duplicate questions. And then we'll pass it over to the moderator who will read the question to those that are participating. So I tell you right now, I've had some forms and I participated in some forms. This is one you don't want to miss because we are planning to have a real good time. We are planning to get it out. If you got something on your mind you want to say, this is a place to say it. We will be secure because, when you have loud crowds, big crowds and large crowds, Dr. Woods don't do nothing over here without some good old friendly protection. So we will have protection here at the building for everybody. And we are just excited about it. We are super excited. I hope you all excited about it. Again, that's April the 16th for the county commissioners. And we got some heated races there. Some folks being challenged that have never been challenged before. So that's going to be good. And we also have the school board candidates that will be on the 23rd, that we will do the candidate form on the 23rd. So if you don't get an email from the Chattanooga National Action Network or one of our partners, again, the Tennessee Democracy Network, the League of Women Voters, and the Social Justice Committee of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Pi Omega chapter here in Chattanooga, we're going to be in the house. If you want to have a table, don't try to sneak it in. Don't try to bring your table in and put your stuff up because we got limited space inside and outside. You will have to purchase a $100 table so you can bring your stuff and you can do all the campaigning you want from your table. Don't even try to do it outside. And when you get through, make sure you take all your things with you. But we have opportunities for you to really campaign while the people are out. So that's it on that. We'll come back. You'll be able to go to our website and get more information if you're interested in participating or even being a volunteer. We have some room for a couple of volunteers or two. So if you'd like to be a part of that, just let us know. You can go to apdc98.org or you can go to Chattanooga NAN, NAN, .org, or you can also call us at area code 423-299-5154, 5451. I'm sorry, 5451 for more information. Now, let's turn to the lady of the hour. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing good. I cannot believe this girl told me. And I didn't even know. I'm thinking you still in your 20s. Lord.
No.
I know. Girl, you on getting on up there at 41. Girl, you seasoned.
I'm seasoned.
And you know what? I knew that she was seasoned when we started talking about the younger generation. Because I thought only people my age, thought that the young kids need some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you adjust your mirror a little bit, get it straight because it's not quite looking right.
Yeah.
But the younger people that are in their late 30s and 40s also have the same sentiment. I think you all finally figured it out. Our young people, y'all are listening. I'm talking about those in teenage years. She said starting in the 5th or 6th grade, they start acting kind of weird. But young people, you have folks like me and her and others that want you all to succeed and excel. You just have to come to us and we coming to y'all. I told them before we went on the air, I said, I'm taking application. If you are needing a mentor and you can listen and you can't be hard-headed and talking back in ill manner, and you want to get some of this wisdom, pearls of wisdom that God has given me over my 61 years of life, then I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you because I'm ready to give it to somebody. But God said what? Cast not your swine, your pearls to swine.
That's right.
In case y'all don't know what that means, a swine is a pig. Because a pig don't care. You can put lipstick on it, dress it up in a beautiful, expensive gown, and all it's going to do is go out there in that mud and wallow in it. They're going to just waste your time. So we're not going to do that. So now, I know they're tired of me talking. They want to hear what you got to say. So tell us a little bit about who you are and a little bit about your profession.
Okay.
And why you chose this profession. And then you can talk about what you do.
Okay. So I am Dr. Sylvia Phillips. I have my doctorate in acupuncture. I am a licensed massage therapist and a licensed esthetician here in Tennessee. So I am a Chattanooga native, and I've had extensive training in massage, aesthetics, and acupuncture. And I kind of got my start kind of through you, to be honest.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to know more and why and how things can be done a little bit different. So I pursued things that went towards that trajectory. And I want to say too, my background is more technical. So I have technical parents. Both my parents are engineers. My sister's an engineer. My uncle's an engineer. So I had that technical mind, but I also thought, hey, I want to do something a little bit different that that pursues something that still uses my technical mind, but gives me less stress. Right?
You chose health.
So I chose health. I did. And so going through that, I decided, hey, in my 20s, I didn't know what my passion was, but I kind of started to find it. I wanted to help people. And I went into aesthetics because I wanted to feel good about my skin, right? And then I was like, man, there's more to it. I met my massage therapy teacher, and I found out, hey, I really like healing the body, but there's more to it too. And there's an alternative way or a complementary way to heal your body, right? And also, Dr. Woods, I did your training too in dental
Yes.
assisting. So I also pursued that too in
Pass it with
healthcare.
flying colors. And hey, I
Flying
didn't remember.
colors.
I said, you didn't go to my class because I taught for 20 years. I said, no, you did. She said, yes, I did. I'll bring you my diploma. And she brought us, oh my God, I'm getting old. Lord, I can't even remember my students. But yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I did, because I was like, there's got to be more, but there's got to be more to what we're doing. And I found that there is more, and it's complementary, right? So we can do Western medicine. We can have our dentists, our doctors, but we can also use traditional forms or folk medicine, right, to help people. Because I know everybody had a grandmother that said, oh, go in the back and get some sassafras, or go in the back and get this or that. We can get some mint or some I don't know, something else. Maybe some lemon, dandelion, and we're going to use that, or we're going to put this cream on you. We're going to use this rock sugar to do this, this, and this. And I was like, well, there has to be something to it. Well, I discovered going through acupuncture school that those put all those pieces together, right? So I use traditional Chinese medicine to help people, but I am also complementary to other professions. So I don't step on the toes and say, hey, you have to listen to me only. No, I'm saying you can listen to me, but at the end of the day, your doctor is going to tell you, right?
Yes,
So I know where my scope is. And my scope is, yes, you can use traditional Chinese medicine in other forms as a way of preventative. But if it's getting towards more than preventative, you do need to see your healthcare professionals.
Thank you.
You really do. It should be integrated together. So I know some people, they want to do a little bit different and say, no, I'm the only one. But no, we're a team, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
That is correct. Yeah, it's kind of like, they sell these strips on Amazon and on the internet where you can whiten your teeth, and they show the person's teeth looking brown, and then they put the strips on, they come back and it's looking like neon white. And our patients, they try that, but There's nothing like going to your doctor first and then they discover, well, mine didn't work that good like they showed it on the TV. I said, yeah, because you have tartar on your teeth. That's the hard stuff that builds up on your teeth, and the strips don't take the tartar off. The tartars are brown and black and
Right.
green, depending
Mm-hmm.
on how old it is. And the
Mm-hmm.
strips does not take that off. You have to get a professional cleaning, get all that stuff that's built on your teeth off first, because the strips only work on the enamel. That's the teeth. So if you have something over the enamel like tartar plaque, it's not going to work. So you cannot replace good professional diagnosis and treatment when you're doing some of these other things. Not to say that it doesn't work, because it does work. I think, especially you're talking about prevention. Prevention is the best medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Before you get periodontal disease, let's do some prevention. Let's do brushing and flossing and all those things, and routine checkups with your dentist to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that the little buildup that's happening gets knocked off. And then those strips work really well.
Right.
Even the peroxide and the baking soda that you mix up will also help whiten your teeth, but not if you've got periodontal
Right.
disease. You got to get that treated. So I like that what you said. I like that what you said. Go see your doctor. If you're past prevention, you need to go see them first, and then you can work together. In fact, tell us about you all working with the doctors, and how that's working in your profession right now.
So there's a couple of things that can happen. It If you're using insurance per se, you can go to your provider and they can recommend that you come and see acupuncturist or even a massage therapist for different things. So you want to get a wellness check first to make sure you're a candidate for that, right? And
Right.
and then for me,
Hi, Barbie. Amos, I saw you. Thank you for the comment.
so then for me, if you're coming to me, say I deal more with pain management. So you're coming with to me for low back pain or shoulder pain, neck pain. Depending on what the assessment I do, I may do an initial treatment for you. But if there's signs that say, hey, that are indicating you need more help, I'm going to tell you to go to your provider first and get checked out. Okay. And then you can come back to me once they clear you for a treatment.
I
Right.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell me now, there are people out there that do massages, they have businesses set up and that do some of the stuff that you're talking about. Tell me the difference between, say, a person that maybe has some certification in doing it and a person with a doctoral degree. What separates you from those folk from your doctoral level of understanding education? What sets you guys apart that I should say, I want to go see a doctor, versus this person who does not have a doctorate degree?
Right. So, in the profession of acupuncture, we have a couple of levels. Most people that you see right now, they have their master's or they do have their doctoral degree. So, when you are talking about a provider, you want to make sure that they have the knowledge. We have over 3,000 hours of training. Right. And we are training with other doctors of acupuncture, of Chinese medicine, and medical doctors and physical therapists that give us a holistic way of thinking. So you want to go to a provider like that. Our doctoral level, we do more integration with healthcare providers. So my doctoral program was more integration with collaborating with doctors and doing more clinical research through that. So when you're talking about pain management per se, right?
Right.
And we're wanting to deal with the low back, we're looking at research papers from other doctors and seeing, hey, how's that working, right? And then we're
Yes.
also researching how we can formulate different, what I want to say, formulate different surveys so that if we want to do grants or anything funding, so that we can prove that, hey, this is working,
Like
right?
research
Yeah, more
projects.
research.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and I saw you with your white jacket. I said, "Oh, wow. Maybe I should put my little white
I
jacket
think you
on."
should.
Yes, but I like that. And professionals have a different aura and a whole different perspective on medicine. And in their profession, they have a whole different level of understanding. And so I appreciate that, because in dentistry, we have dental hygienists that are very educated. They know everything about dental disease. They treat dental disease, but as a doctor, you can diagnose it. And so they can't treat the disease until it's diagnosed. We have dental assistants who are now putting fillings in. We have hygienists that are doing injections, numbing people with proper training. But they're doing it under the auspices of a doctor who has the doctoral level of training. And so I can appreciate Dr. Sylvia Phillips, going the extra mile to get a deeper understanding of her science and her profession, so that she can provide better care for her clients. And that's the difference I see, is that there is a whole nother level out there that people who have not got the extra 3,000 hours of training and the experience do not understand. So you start thinking different. I've got assistants that have had 20 years of experience. They've seen it all. They've been right there by the doctor. I can probably give them a handpiece, and I can probably give them the material to do a filling. They could probably do it better than me. You could teach a dog to do a trick. Right. Okay. But it's the book knowledge and the level of understanding that causes doctors to think differently, because they know the outcome is not going to be a certain way. If you haven't been stretched, your brain, and you haven't been to that level, you may make a mistake as a person who hasn't been trained. You may, or with the doctoral understanding that you have, they may make a mistake while they're doing the esthetician things, or you were saying that you do the what was it, the acupuncture. They may make a mistake. She has a better understanding, and I heard that she said she's going to have you check with your doctor, because people they do health questionnaires when you come in. You have to fill out health history, because she has to understand that you're healthy enough, that you don't have medical issues, that what she does may complicate matters. She's a real doctor. Doctors have to take the patient as a whole and not just focus on acupuncture, esthetician, and massaging. She has to look at this person has diabetes. This person has high blood pressure. This person's back was injured in a car wreck. This person has some other thing that's going on in their mind. They may have some type of I don't know, trophic meds or something that they're taking. Is the totality of it all that doctors have a better understanding of how to treat you. So if you don't have that level, you're just getting kind of the basic things. You might have an injury. Mm-hmm. That person may, create an injury, or you may be worse when you get up. That was a whole big thing about people that were doing the back stuff, the chiropractors. The field of medicine for a long time wouldn't accept it as a form of medicine. But I think they've gotten it together. And I think you can get paid now if you're a chiropractor, doctor. But at one time, it was very difficult to get insurances to accept that as a form of medicine. So I like the fact that we have different levels of understanding in your profession, so that if I've got some issues, I want to go see a doctor. I just want to see that doctor with that higher level of training. She's got training. She worked with doctors in other areas of medicine, people practicing that have given her I like the word, total understanding of the body and the mind. So I tell patients all the time, when I tell them, let me take your blood pressure before we get started with this surgery. They go, why have we got to start blood pressure? I say, well, I got to make sure you're okay. I'm getting ready to inject anesthesia, which makes the blood pressure go up. If your blood pressure is already high, out of control, I'm looking at your health history. You do have hypertension. So I'm going to check it. So when I check it, I'm not going to treat you today because it's 2 times high as it should be. Mm-hmm. That's why when you go to surgery in the hospital, they check your blood pressure and they will send you home. It's too high. Because if it's too high and we start operating on you, you could pass away in a chair, have an accident. Have an accident in the chair because it's already high. And then we inject all this stuff in your body, making it go way high. Whose fault is it? Is it the provider's fault or is the patient's fault for telling me to go ahead and do it? Who fault is it? The patient told me to go ahead and do it. They're gonna be all right.
But you have the knowledge to say,
That's right.
mm-hmm,
That's right. It is always the doctor's fault. It ain't never the patient's fault. It
mm-hmm,
ain't the patient's fault they didn't take their medicine for 2 weeks, knowing they was coming to have surgery,
mm-hmm,
and they person it's not their fault if you go ahead and do the procedure. So I will send you home. I will call your doctor. I will tell you to go see your doctor, get that blood pressure under control. If you come back the second time and it's still not right, I'm gonna send you home again. Why? Because it's my fault.
mm-hmm,
It's her fault.
mm-hmm,
She has to know what the body is like before she starts. She needs to know the health history of the patient. She might need to get a clearance from their provider, their main provider, um, before she does anything. This person may be at risk. That's what doctors do. They make sure that the person that they're treating is not just getting treated for that one thing they came for, but that they're also in the best of care by looking at everything because it's the whole
mm-hmm.
body that you're treating. You're
Right.
not just treating their back or wherever you're doing it. You're treating the whole body. You're treating their heart. 'Cause wherever you touch, it's going to affect their heart.
Mm-hmm.
You're the lungs. Whatever you're doing may make them breathe differently. You're treating the whole body.
Mm-hmm.
So doctors see things a whole lot different. And that's why it's so important for your profession to exist for the protection of me, the client, because I'm not all that healthy. I got hypertension. I'm not, most everybody got hypertension, you know, and some other things, but we're gonna talk about that on the air.
Right.
No, it's not that I'm mental, although sometimes I think I am. Y'all
Oh.
drive me crazy sometimes. but yes, it is the entire body that she's treating. And so talk to me about some of the stuff that you will do for for me. Say I come in, I'm all tight, you know. So talk about some of the treatment plans that you would give for me, a tight person.
So, like you said previously, I do take your blood pressure, I do your vitals, take your blood pressure, and we do your pulse, and we take your temperature to make sure everything is good. Then, initially, we will start going through a list of questions that you'll fill out. You will fill out a questionnaire of your health history, but then I'm going to ask you different questions that pertain to what we do in Chinese medicine to see what kind of pattern that you have. So we do differential diagnosis, but we have different patterns. We use a different system for that. We have 5 elements. And within those 5 elements and the questions I ask, we can pick and find out what that pattern is. And based on that pattern is how we would choose points or do a prescription for you in a diagnosis, right?
Right.
So, depending on what's going on, then from that questionnaire, then I may use acupuncture needles. If you're needle phobic, we do have other systems. We have microsystems in our ear. We have microsystems in our face. We have microsystems in our hands, and we have microsystems in our feet. Also in our belly. So when I say a microsystem, that means the whole body can be reflected in my hand or both hands. The whole body can be reflected on my face. The whole body can be reflected on my feet. The whole body can be reflected on my stomach. And so if you're needle phobic, hey, we can find a different area to put those points and treat you for that, right? So
Right.
it's not like you have to be on a table per se, right? For a treatment, you can be sitting up, you can be seated down. It depends on how your condition is, right? If you
Right.
have limited mobility, then maybe I will do a treatment that would do a microsystem versus a whole body system. But it would be very specific, very fine points, right? Because it's a smaller area versus your whole body is a larger area. So I will use needles. So our needles are single use needles. We don't reuse needles. Once we open the needle, that's it. We follow all OSHA protocol for that. And then also we may do cupping. Cupping is a different modality where we use suction to move stagnant blood or to move lymph fluid. and or just to release tension in your muscles. That may be something we do. Also, we use infrared heat. That's something also we use. We may have a topical that we may need to apply that will promote whatever wellness that you need. And let's see, we may we may prescribe different herbal formulas, and then we can also do consults for nutrition and Tai Chi or Qigong.
Okay. Well, tell me, for example, now the audience is wondering, why would I come to you? What are some of the things that are happening to different people's illnesses? For example, that I would say I need to go see Dr. Phillips for, because this is what she does. So, like, I've got some bad knees now, but I don't have hardly any cartilage anymore. So now that may be a knee replacement. But
Yeah.
if I wanted, that's just an example. Name some examples of why people would need to consider seeing you for different issues or health issues. Name some of those different health issues that they need to come see you for.
So for pain, so if you have neck pain, if you have headaches, if you have low back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, elbow pain, um, I am here for you. If you need help with stress management, I am here for you. A lot of times we are all stressed out. I know sometimes I am stressed out, but having an acupuncture session will help you maintain your stress. If you have insomnia, acupuncture can also be helpful for that too. So when you think of, we have energy throughout our body, right?
Yes.
And sometimes things can get stuck. Like, say you're on the highway and there's a traffic jam, right?
Right.
So when we're doing these treatments, we are unblocking that area, unblocking that channel, right? So that there's a free movement of energy without the body, throughout the body, and we work in harmony. So it's an ebb and flow. It's a yin and yang, as you'll see. And that's what we want. We want a balance. And so with acupuncture, with maybe even massage, you can get that balance back, right? So that's mainly bringing the body back to balance. Now with pain management, yes, if it's something very acute, I mean, not a broken bone, but I don't do that. You need to go to the doctor. But if you're having some aches and pains and you like, man, I don't know, maybe this is just a muscle injury, you can come see me and we can get your pain level down. Now, it does take a couple of treatments for that, but I'll guide you on how to work and do things. But now you can always re-injure yourself because, hey, you're thinking, oh, I feel real good. I feel amazing. And then you re-injuring it, doing the same thing that got you there in the first place. So you have to be mindful of that too.
Okay. So yeah, so do you take x-rays? Because I'm thinking some
No.
people may show up and they got this really bad pain in their arm. And I know part of your history will tell you the type of things that they do on a day-to-day basis. Um, but what if something is broke and you start treating them, but you didn't know it was broke? You know, what happens if a person says, I got worse? After they come to see you. This is me thinking. I know these are hard questions, but they're very
Right.
legitimate questions. What if someone comes with a real injury and they have not went to see a physician and gotten any x-rays? Is there a way that you can diagnose the injury, like x-rays or something of that nature? How do you determine whether this is a person you need to really work on or you need to send them back to their physician?
So when we do our initial consultation, I'm glad you brought that up. So when we do our initial consultation, I may do some different muscle testing or things like that to see what's going on. And then I refer out. So we have a red flags, and there's certain things that you look for when you have injuries. And if I see those things, then I'm going to tell you, hey, um, I won't have you stay with the treatment. I won't treat you. I will tell you to go get imaging first and then come back once you get cleared.
Okay. So do you have a set of people that you refer to, or is it just you let them go on their own? Or do you make your referrals to certain ones, like a network of people that you deal with?
No, I let them find their own. There are very many imaging places, and I am in the East Brainerd area, so there's a lot of different imaging places that you can utilize that are real close by.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Now I know we're getting to spring, and spring break is coming on, and everybody's getting ready to take vacations because after that it's summer. Everybody's working out in the gym, jogging now, trying to get those pounds off that they gained during the cold months from not being able to get out and do as much. Um, so now it's springtime. People need to get that massage. They need to get some of the other acupuncture. They're stressed out, all this stuff they got to do, and it's not enough time. Daylight saving time is driving us all crazy because we're still sleepy. But, but so, do you have any type of special? We're not gonna say numbers. Y'all know we on nonprofit radio station. Do you offer promotions throughout the year? And if you do, when are these promotions kinda, or what type of promotions do you provide?
So, absolutely. So, I normally run different promotional things throughout the year. If you check out my website, Magnolia Waters TCM.info, you'll be able to see any of those promotions that will come up. And normally I have one or two per month for specific things. So, I know in the past I had one for um, acupuncture services, and then a couple of weeks ago I had one for just massage therapy.
Oh,
So,
I missed that one.
yes, you missed it. It was a good one too. Um,
Okay.
but so I'll run different specials for different treatments that I have throughout the year. Hmm.
Awesome, awesome. So, again, for the listeners who are out there, we need to really slowly tell them the name of your business, where you're located. And I know that my engineers are going to flash it across the screen, the phone number of where they can make an appointment to see you, and an email or your website and an email address so that they can, after we're live now, but after we go off the air, they can always go back and review this and look it up, to contact you. Because you know what? I'm not saying this because this is one of my favorite babies that I've known since she was a little bitty girl, but she is very intelligent. She took my dental assistant course that I taught for 20 years, and she did wonderful, passed it with flying colors. She got all of her credentials as a dental assistant. She can do coronal polishing, meaning she can polish your teeth. She can take X-rays. She can clean. Well, that's coronal polishing, cleaning teeth. She can do dental sealants on your teeth. She can monitor the gas, nitrous oxide.
Hmm.
She can do all that stuff. She passed all of her boards. And she's an extremely brilliant lady. It does not surprise me that she has her doctorate degree because she is that level of an individual. And so I know there's a lot of great businesses out there that do massage therapy. I know of a lot of them out there. I've seen them. I've had some work done. But I'm telling you, when you know a person is really smart and they have the hand skills, they know how to translate what's up in their brain to their hands, you've got a very good doctor. So I will recommend her to anyone, to go by. Just go by, check, start off with something simple, and you're going to fall in love with the way she does her clients. The atmosphere is great, the music is great, the aura is great, even the scene, like the candle lights and all that stuff to relax the mind. All those things are there, and we're going to be doing some things with her
Hmm.
to promote her business. And we may do some on-site remote stuff. You can go inside and see what she's doing and that kind of thing. So it's no doubt, I have no doubt that you're going to be an exceptional doctor in this profession. No doubt in my
Thank you.
mind. And so now, if you'll tell them all those things that I asked you to tell them, so it can flash across the screen, Michael, if you can flash up her data as she tells everybody where to find her.
Yes, you can find me at Magnolia Waters TCM.info. That is my website. Then you can also call me at 423-847-2499. You can email me at magnoliawaterstcm@gmail.com. And I am located in Gun Barrel, off Gun Barrel Road, between Five Guys and what used to be Joanne Fabrics inside Phoenix Salon Suites.
Okay, spell Magnolia. Spell that out for everybody because we may not be able to spell that. Spell that for us.
Magnolia TCM. I mean Waters. WATERS TCM dot info.
.info.
Yeah, .info.
Okay.
And I want to say one thing. An ebook popped up. That is from the National Institute of Health, and that is their complementary ebook on complementary therapies that you can look at. So acupuncture is under there, massage therapy is on there, Tai Chi, yoga, I think chiropractic's on there, and meditation. And I do provide acupuncture, massage therapy, and then if need be, yes, meditation too. So all of those are things that you can do in conjunction with what you're doing with your doctor to manage your pain.
Wow. You know what? I'm sitting here and I'm about to go to sleep because her voice is just so relaxing. I couldn't do it, because I'm like off the chain. I'm like, wow, I'm wide open. And her voice is just so magical. It's just like you're talking and you're giving the information, and it's with such, I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's so calming, so relaxing that you could put me to sleep sitting right here, just listening to your voice. So I know I'm getting back in there to get my massage because it is amazing, the atmosphere.
Yes. And I wanted to say, a lot of times we're under a lot of pressure, but it does take skill to stay calm as I am through anything. So that's one thing you'll notice. Even if all the craziness is happening, I'm still going to remain calm, cool,
Wow.
collected.
Wow. Yeah, we were talking about before we went on the air today about what's going on around the world, and I have to say this because I wouldn't be a good talk show host if I didn't say this. With everything that's going on around the world, and with all the craziness and the stress that people are under, that's you contagious. I'm beginning to talk calm like you. With all of the craziness that's going on in the world, I just want to share this with everybody. Number one, be still
Mm-hmm.
and know that He is still God on the throne. That's number one. And no matter how bad things get to our sight, to our mind,
Mm-hmm.
just remember God has His people, that's us, in His bosom, protected. Even if we die, to be absent from the body is to be with our Lord. So it doesn't matter. God got this. I want you all to level the stress, lay it down. We were talking about, well, how are we going to survive if this happened? How are we going to survive when that happens? God has given us so many skills that we have gotten away from. We have gotten away from walking to the store. We've gotten away from gardening our own food. We've gotten away from the things that God taught us to do, you know, and so those were survival things. We don't even change our tires no more. We have a flat tire. We don't even know how to jack the car up and change the tires out. We call somebody and we pay them.
Mm-hmm.
We've become a lazy little generation of people, and we've gotten really, really, I would call it spoiled, spoiled generation. Um, and I would say everybody's talking about, well, our dollars are not going to be worth anything. Nobody's trading with us anymore. Peace and be still. God taught us how to barter. One thing about it, it's something that she can do that I need. It's something that I can do that she needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's called bartering. There is no exchange of money with bartering. Find out what people do. Let them know what you do. And half the time you'll find that we won't exchange a nickel, dime, or penny. We will just exchange services. You see, that still works. That
Mhm.
still works. Gardening still works. We need to
Mhm.
lay out the meat anyway.
Mhm.
I was looking up before we came on the show. I said, but my kids like pasta and I like spaghetti too. What we gonna do about that? Make it. How we gonna make the salt? Make it. Where we gonna get it from? Your garden.
Mhm.
You're gonna get those tomatoes. You're gonna dice them up, spice them up, get you some garlic that you growing, and all the other things that it take oregano, all these spices. You're gonna make your own sauce, and then yes, there's some things we probably can make. The pasta we can make that. You always gonna need some flour.
That's true.
You always gonna need some baking soda, a baking powder. You always gonna need some oil. Some of those types of survival things. You're always gonna need have that stuff in there. Y'all need to be stocking up the things that make things that we so lazy now. We've gotten into the habit of just going to the store and reaching off the shelf and not making it. He gonna turn us back into some Betty Crockers because we've gotten away from cooking. We've
Mhm.
gotten away from cooking. We've gotten away from exercising, including myself. I'm pointing the finger to myself. We've gotten away from doing all those things that make us healthy. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna start worried about money. We're gonna start worried about trading because we're gonna work with each other. We're gonna
Mhm.
trade and lean and depend on each other while the world is going crazy and have your life right with God. Because if he calls on you, he gonna call you anyway. You don't have to be a war going on for God to call you. He don't have to, we don't have to be at war with anybody. So be ye ready because he says not the day or the hour. You don't know. He gonna come like a thief in the night. You don't know.
Mhm.
So you just don't worry about death. Be saved. Know who your God is. So that when you leave here, you're gonna be on the other side with him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter how you die. Because I remember all my whole family, we went to Hawaii. I think we were going to Hawaii. My kids, my mama, my dad, my brother, my nephew, all of us getting on the plane to go to Hawaii. And I thought for a minute and I thought, oh, this scaring me. All of us, our whole family gonna be gone. Our name, everything gonna be gone. If we all get on this plane and this plane go down. I think some of us need to go on a different plane. And that way, if it go down, some of our family still be here. And my mama looked at me and she looked at me weird with her wisdom. She said, well, who wants to be left behind? And I remember that. And I said, so I stopped being afraid of flying. I stopped being afraid of dying this way or that way in a car wreck, if a gunshot, don't matter. Because when you're dead, you're dead. It ain't gonna matter how you die. It ain't gonna matter. Some of it may be gruesome. It doesn't matter. Because you're gonna be absent anyway from your body, right? So y'all get your lives together. Start loving on each other. Start loving your neighbor. You know,
Mhm.
start showing care for your neighbor. Start swapping stuff. If your neighbor needs some butter and you got some butter and they need some flour and you got the flour, blah blah blah. Start doing the things we used to do. We didn't have no money.
Mhm.
I grew up poor. We didn't have no money. We neighbors took care of each other.
Mhm.
You know, go back to that. Go back to that because we've gotten away from that. The village
Mhm.
raising, your family, your children. We've gotten away from all of that. Our children are spoiled because we had this thing. I want my children to live better than I live. I want my kids to have more than I had. And we have went crazy. That our kids don't appreciate the little things in life. We've got to get back to that. So I look at all this as good. I don't worry about Donald Trump. I don't worry about Iran. I don't worry about what these leaders are doing. I don't, because I'm saved. I don't worry about it. Y'all stop worrying about it. You're going to stress yourself out. Then you're going to die early from stress. You're still going to go to heaven, but you're going to die early, right? Go back to doing those things that made us a great people. That means taking care of each other, going to see our good doctor here, getting some of that stress relief, taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, and trading with one another. Stop asking somebody for money all the time. They may not have no money. Well, I need somebody called me and they needed something done in their mouth. I said, okay. And they ain't having no money. I said, well, what you gonna give me? You ain't got no money, what you give me? Well, I got so and so, so I do this. Okay, I'll take that. We'll trade. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, for real? Yes. We'll trade. Oh, I need to borrow some money. I need some work done in my house. We'll trade. I give you the money. You come do my yard and my garage. Because I don't feel like doing it. It's too much time and I need my time. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go back to doing those things. We've gotten away from it, people. And here at the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside, we got a whole farm now. Hallelujah, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. 1 acre of the land of the 8 that we have is being farmed. And I want to thank the UTC Agricultural Extension for partnering with us. Victor and Nathaniel with Urban and City Farming for partnering with us. They bring the dirt, they bring the soil or whatever you want to call it. They're fertilizing it. They got a compost out there that's making good fertilizer. I mean, they are planting. We're going to have all kind of food popping up in the spring. It is amazing. And I want to thank them because not only did they do that, get us a farm to start growing food, real food to feed people, but they have a garden club. I was here about 3 weeks ago before I went to Selma, Alabama, and some garden club people that heard about the farm here, that loved the farm, wanted to be a part of the farm, and they were here to join the farm club, the garden club. So if you like the garden, on Fridays, every Fridays from 10:30 to 1:30, there's a farm club, garden club. And also from 4 to 5:30, the same day on Fridays is when they get out there and get to farming. People from all over coming out to help to turn that soil, the toil and planting and getting the weeds out if they grow in them, working with the compost, fertilizing. If you like that kind of stuff and it's what you want to do, then you need to come out and farm with us here at 701 Hooker Road every Friday in the morning and in the afternoon and join the garden club. You may have some skills that you may want to offer. So that has the 4 to 5:30, but we also added the 10 o'clock because some people don't do afternoon, they do morning. So we have the 10 o'clock to 1:30 class as well. And we are doing some things out here that's changing the lives for people. And pretty soon we're going to harvest and people are going to eat. I love it. If you want to do it on a small scale at your house, go get you some raised beds, plant you some maters and some taters, some greens, berries, fruits, and things like that. Go do it on a smaller level. You'll be glad you did. Some of y'all have patios and decks and things like that you can put your raised beds, gardens on there and start growing your food. You like healthy food. Some people don't trust what's in the store. Grow your own food. God has taught us how to do all of that, So we don't have a problem. None of you out there that are listening have a problem. You think you have a problem. You really don't have a problem. Not even with a war. You don't have a problem because you're believers. I just trust that you are believers out there. And y'all know how I end the show. I'm gonna go right into ending the show. They done gave me my 5 minutes telling me to get off. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. Go somewhere and find your church home and praise the Lord. Give him thanks for everything that he's done. He loves to hear from us. And if you can't get out and go to church, then do it from your living room, from your bedroom. It don't matter where you praise him because you're supposed to praise him every day, all day. Pray without ceasing. So it doesn't matter where you're at. You're always in prayer. But you can do it. There's internet now, so you can watch church services from your bed, from your kitchen, your living room. So there's no reason not to give him at least one day. You're supposed to do it every day. Right. But one day you can say, Lord, I thank you for blessing me. Whatever it is, any small or large thing he's done, thank him for that because he's worthy of the praise. And you're always welcome to Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Eastdale at 400 Tunnel Boulevard, where Pastor Paul Warfield is our pastor. and come out. You'll be welcomed, with open arms. Come out. See, we're doing all kinds of stuff over there. And we feed you too. Y'all know y'all like to eat. We
Yeah, we
feed
do.
you too. So come on out and fellowship with us. Our Black History Month program was amazing that we just had last month. My grandbabies were in the play. You had to guess who we were by the way we dressed and clues and things. And they were guessing who one of my grandbaby was when she walked in. It was like, "You're Rosa Parks." And I said, "How you?" Because she had her little hair pulled back with the little pony, the little bun in the back, with the glasses on. You know how Rosa Parks looked. And so she said, her part was, "Guess who I am? I refuse to give up my seat on the bus." And then, everybody said, yeah. So I just want to thank our church and all the churches out there and all the organizations that had Black History Month programs. Thank you all for remembering that Black history does matter and that we have history in our race and that we are going to continue to promote Black history because it's part of American history. And every month we have a class in Black history here at the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside as a part of our African American Heritage class. And this is the week, Thursday. This Thursday coming up will be a 1 hour class on Black history. Y'all, if you're not, don't keep telling folks you don't know your history and you don't know where they teach history because they took it out of the schools and they took the books out the library. We are still teaching Black history. And we are welcoming every race, every ethnic, every culture to learn about Black folk history. Because if you take the mystery out of people, then you won't be afraid of them. So we believe in that. And we want you all to come out and participate. The classes are $20. We do have a few dollars left in scholarship. If you reach out to us, we'll provide a scholarship. The classes are only $20, but it's from 6 to 7. And I'd like to thank our professor for coming out on Thursdays to teach this. He's got 60 years of experience of teaching Black history. He has his master's degree in education and history. So we want to thank him for being a part of our African history culture classes. So I think that's all for us today. We're going to tap on out. Nan, 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 and then I'm gone. We are accepting memberships. We are also taking names for officers for this year. So if you're interested, all the offices are open. The president, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, and then we got many, 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 many other chair positions that we are opening up to the public. We're going to publish that in the paper because we want you all to be a part of one of the greatest civil rights organizations in the world. That's the Chattanooga National Action Network. We call it NAN for short, under the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. Y'all know him. And we want you all to be a part of making a difference in our community, okay? So you all come out and join us and be a part of something great. And y'all have a blessed weekend. Anything you want to say before we close out?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me. And everybody, if you want to just take a couple of seconds to breathe in and breathe out and know everything is going to be okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.